Hello, good morning. Thanks for joining us on MCL News. I'm Izzy Nwafo. We sincerely apologize for coming behind schedule. Now the news in details. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has assured Christians in the country that the federal government is doing a lot to solve the mounting security challenges. Osinbajo gave the assurance yesterday when he received on a courtesy visit to the presidential villa clergymen from the northern part of Nigeria under the auspices of the Arewa Pastors Forum for Peace. The Vice President, according to a statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Laolu Akande, the Vice President says that among the measures being taken to solve the challenges include plans to recruit more troops and officers to beef up the personnel of security agencies. Speaking on how the federal government is managing the security concerns across the country, the Vice President assured the pastors that they are doing everything that needs to be done. Osinbajo describing how serious the Buhari administration considers the task, added, at the last meeting of the National Security Council that was held on Thursday, they had discussions on how to beef up the military's platforms. He assured the clergymen that the federal government is also committed to finding lasting solutions to the perennial crisis in communities in the north and other parts of the country, including the ones bordering on religious prejudices. He urged the group as men of court to also come up with ideas and their thoughts on how to find lasting peace. Vice presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the last general election, Peter Obi, has revealed ways to tackle insecurity in the country. Obi, who maintained that the state of insecurity in the Buhari-led administration is the worst ever, urged the government to focus on reversing the laws of church. Recall that on Sunday, the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCCG, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, alongside his members, held a protest against insecurity situation in the country. They started the march at about 11 a.m. shortly after the church service at RCCG's national headquarters in Ebute Metta, Lagos State. Also, the Senate Minority Leader, Enyinaya Baribe, had last week, while contributing to a motion on insecurity on the floor of the Senate, called for Buhari's resignation over the high level of insecurity witnessed across the country. As controversies rage over the Supreme Court's ruling on the 2019 Imo governorship election, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has sidestepped urge to clear the air on the issue. It says that it will not be drawn into debates surrounding the propriety or otherwise of court's decisions. The electoral body also asked politicians to stop tagging its officials as partisan, saying the commission operates in an environment made difficult by the same politicians. Penultimate week, the Supreme Court annulled the election of former Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Emeka Ihedioha, as the winner of the Imo State governorship election. It affirmed Senator Hope Uzodinma, who came fourth in the election, as winner after adding results from 388 polling units that were rejected by the commission. While Ihedioha contested on the platform of People's Democratic Party (PDP), Uzodinma ran on the card of the All Progressives Congress (APC). National Chairman of the APC, Comrade Adams Oshomole, while berating the INEC on the Imo controversy, said the Electoral Commission staff were partisan, otherwise they would not have declared Ihedioha as winner in the first place. Speaking on the issue a day after the INEC office in Olu was bombed, the INEC, in a statement by its National Commissioner and Chairman of Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye, said it will also not be drawn into debates surrounding the propriety or otherwise of decisions of courts. He said that decisions of courts and tribunal are final, and the rule of law dictates that all authorities and persons give effect to them. The organized labor in Anambra State has given the state government a 14-day ultimatum to implement the new minimum wage or be prepared to face industrial action. At an emergency meeting of the State Executive Council, of the organized labor in Oka on Monday, the unionists expressed dissatisfaction with the implementation of the January 24th agreement with the government on the issue. The state chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, Jerry Nubia, said what is being implemented fell short of what the labor negotiated with the government. The people of the three autonomous communities in Ede Obala and Nsukka local government area of Enugu State have commended Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi for the ongoing construction of the State Secretariat Annex and other development projects such as various housing estates and other on their land. Ede Obala people gave the commendation when they paid a thank you visit to Governor Ugwuanyi at the Government House, Enugu. They were led by the former state chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Vital Abba, in company of their reverend priests, traditional rulers, academics, politicians, community leaders, and entrepreneurs, among others. They used the opportunity to again congratulate Governor Ugwuanyi for the unprecedented victory at the last governorship election. They equally thanked Governor Ugwuanyi for appointing two of their children into government positions, as well as provision of road infrastructure in Ede Obala, especially the state-of-the-art Nsukka dual carriageway, with the set stretched longer in the community. They pointed out the State Secretariat Annex and other development projects will bring rapid developments to their community, as well as boosting socio-economic activities. The Chinese government says that no Nigerian in the Wuhan province, the epicenter of the coronavirus outbreak, is affected by the deadly virus that has ravaged the country. The ambassador of China to Nigeria, Zhou Pingjian, while addressing a press conference on Monday in Abuja, also revealed that the total number of confirmed cases of coronavirus infection has climbed to 17,205 and 21,558 people are suspected of being infected. The ambassador lamented that some countries are overreacting by denying Chinese visas to their country, saying it is not the best way to tackle the epidemic. He said that the Chinese government has taken the most comprehensive and rigorous containment and mitigation measures, adding that there are 60 Nigerians in Wuhan North and none of them is infected with the virus. Pingjian noted that the Chinese government has kept very smooth communication with foreign embassies in China to keep them abreast of how to contain the virus, while the embassy in Abuja is not sleeping about the virus. Despite the spread of the virus, he said that the embassy has not stopped issuing visas to those who plan to visit China. Still to come on the news, Eastgate relocation, Orowal booms. Madonna Varsity 7 to regain freedom 1 year after. UN women groups demand end to gender-based violence. Nadeko mourns Aton Wanko. Details of these and sports will come your way after the break. Do stay with us.
Our esteemed viewer, thanks for your patronage of our programs and services, for which we say thank you. We remind you that at all times, you have the right to quality broadcasting. It belongs to you as well as the right to lodge complaints on broadcast materials or conduct of any broadcast station. MCLtv is open and receptive to your commendations, complaints and criticisms, as such comments strengthen and make us serve you better. Feel free at all times to address your reactions to National Broadcasting Commission, Enugu Zonal Office, Current Drive, Independent Layout, Enugu. You can email us at mbcenuguzone@yahoo.com or Modern Communications Limited, number 9B Obibo Avenue, Aba. MCLtv, the world in your home.
Mommy, mosquito is biting me.
But I asked you to use Top Rank insecticide.
Top Rank insecticide kills mosquitoes, cockroach, flies, and every other crawling and flying insects faster anywhere around you. NAFDAC approves Top Rank insecticide for its effectiveness. Use Top Rank insecticide and enjoy a peaceful night rest. Available in all shops and supermarkets near you in 600 milliliter can and 300 milliliter can. Top Rank Insecticide is marketed nationwide by C Success Multi Services Limited. Telephone 0813 111 2348 or 090 960 22577. Top Rank Insecticide. What's worth doing is worth doing well.
It's good to have you back. After the relocation of traders at the Eastgate area to Bani Market and Amuzuku Relief Market, its aftermath is still re-echoing. Nchekashi Chukwuaja reports that the relocation acts as a catalyst to the booming commercial activity witnessed at all Yoruba markets. The reports.
There is no gainsaying that the relocation of traders from the city center, popularly known as Eastgate in Umuahia, the Abia State capital, has improved sales at other markets in the state. One of such markets is Orugba, a market which previously sold once in 7 days but was converted to a daily market several years ago to serve as a relief market. Though the state government had asked the traders to relocate to the relief market at Amuzuku and the Obani market, most of them moved over to the Orugba market. This may have necessitated the boom here. Recall that on a visit to Obani market, MCL News was informed by the traders there that most of the relocated traders from Eastgate are scattered around other markets, one of which is Orugba. This, they say, has adversely affected their businesses and sales.
There are several other markets in Umuahia. You have what because Amuzuku, Ubabli market, you have Orugba, and so forth and so on. So that's the thing that has characterized or maintained against people coming in mass.
They converted the residence building to the commercial building. For that reason, people seize that opportunity, traders seize that opportunity to occupy the whole shops. So they can be pushed to Urban market.
When MCL News visited Orugba market, it observed that the market is booming with commercial activities, unlike what obtained in the past. The Orugba market has stretched to bend the road axis and other neighboring streets within the area. There is nearly no space for motorists, as every available space on the road is occupied by traders hawking different wares, some using wheelbarrows. It was also observed that some house owners around the market have converted their frontages to shops and trading area. With the upsurge in the number of traders at the Orugba market as a result of the relocation of traders at Eastgate, some traders here say it has affected their businesses. However, the President General of Oba Autonomous Community, Omemboji Onoha, and some traders here debunk this. They insist that traders relocated from Eastgate are in Obani and Amuzuku relief markets.
Then the government said, so Eastgate no go. I got up and then as one normal. Watch I hear about now to the code. Only different money here. Here they were going to shop in the shop in there, Oriba. Then back to Eastgate. How about that? But on the one here, the woman, how much of it? I took on how no bad. I know what I know before. What was Pazo? Back with Pazo.
Orugba Market is located at Obanankata, Ibeko in Umuahia North Local Government Area of the state. Nchekashi Chukwuaja, MCL News.
After 1 year of court battle, the 6 students of Madonna University Okija in Anambra State and one of the lecturers are said to regain their freedom following an understanding reached with authorities of the university. The embattled Madonna 7 were arrested in January 2019 from various locations in the country and detained in prison custody in Oka and Onitsha till July 2019 over alleged unfavorable remarks against the university. They were later charged to court, and the matter has been on at the Federal High Court, Oka. As the case went on, it was gathered that some of the parents of the students apologized to the founder of the university, Reverend Father Emmanuel Ede, as demanded by the prosecution counsel, Ato Obi Okafo, senior advocate of Nigeria. At the resumed hearing of the case yesterday in Oka, the court was informed that all the 7 defendants had reached an understanding with the university, thus paving way for amicable resolution of the case. Also speaking, counsel to the defendants, Chinedu Igwe, welcomed the decision of the learned senior advocate of Nigeria to end the matter once and for all. The United Nations, UN and Women Advocates and Research Documentation Center, WARDC, have called for an end to all forms of violence against women and girls in Nigeria and other parts of the world. They also emphasize the need to advance campaign on sexual gender-based violence, SGBV, harmful practices, HP, and sexual health and reproduction rights, SRHR, to address the issue of violence against women and girl child. Speaking during a focus group meeting organized by WARDC in Lagos with support from UN Women, the executive director of WARDC, Dr. Abiola Akiyode Afolabi, called for more enlightenment on the sexual and reproductive health and rights of women and girls in Nigeria. She said women deserve the rights to their body integrity and observed that there is little focus on sexual reproductive health rights in the country. The National Democratic Coalition, NADECO, is mourning the sudden death of the Chancellor of the Eastern Mandate Union, EMU, and the National Vice Chairman of NADECO, Dr. Arthur Agwoncha Nwankwo, who died last Saturday at the University Teaching Hospital, UNTH, in Enugu. A press statement issued yesterday by the Secretary General of NADECO, Ayo Opadokun, described Nwankwo as a role model to young activists because of his courage, consistency, ideological clarity, and intellectual prowess, and above all, a patriot in words and deeds. The group said the deceased was an activist and a national icon for decades, who represented a genuine voice for ideological and intellectual interrogations of critical national issues and events. Nwankwo, according to the group, also profiled actionable solutions that were usually ignored by Nigeria to national detriment. The statement pointed out that when Nwankwo was elected the national vice chairman of NADECO in 1997 in Enugu, he exhibited a rare bravery and courage when he told several states in North America to speak authoritatively to a variety of town hall audiences about the credible campaign for a restoration of democracy to Nigeria and the necessity for national restructuring. Talking sports. Enyimba head coach Fatai Osho has commended his players after Sunday's CAF Confederation Cup 5-2 win over San Pedro in Abidjan. With the result, the People's Elephant has qualified for the quarter-final of the competition. The reports.
Goals from Abdurrahman Bashir and Victor Mboma in the opening 3 minutes put the People's Elephant into a comfortable position before the hosts reduced the deficit through Nigerian-born Cote d'Ivoire international Sheriff Jimo. Augustine Oladapo helped Enyimba maintain their 2-goal lead in the 25th minute before Irene Zambi got San Pedro second on the stroke of half-time. Nonetheless, Osho's team guaranteed victory with Mboma's brace and Stanley Dimba's second-half beauty. Enyimba interim manager Fatai Osho commended the resilience and determination of his players in the game. He was, however, optimistic that his club will still get to the semi-final of the competition. Enyimba is through to the quarter-final of the championship at the expense of AC Parado, who beat Hassan Agada 3-0. In the Nigeria Professional Football League matches played, Heartland FC in Okigwe defeated Sunshine Stars by 1-0. Ifanyoba at home drew 0-0 with Aqua United. At the Sani Abacha Stadium, Kano Pillars secured a 2-0 victory over Adamawa United. Kwara United were 1 goal better than Mountain of Fire Ministries FC. Nasarawa United defeated Abia Warriors 3-1. Plateau United beat Rivers United 1-0. In Bauchi, Wiki Tuaris played out a 1-1 draw with Dakada FC, while Jigawa Golden Boys secured a 1-0 victory over Lobby Stars. In England, Leicester City at the King Power Stadium played out a 2-2 draw with Chelsea. Bournemouth defeated Aston Villa 2-1. Crystal Palace at home lost 0-1 to Sheffield United. League leaders Liverpool continues to consolidate on their unbeaten run as they secured a 4-0 victory over Southampton. At St. James's Park, Newcastle United drew 0-0 with Norwich. Watford at home lost 2-3 to Everton. West Ham continued their poor run as they drew 3-3 with Brighton. It was the same story for Manchester United as they played out a barren draw with Wolves at Old Trafford. Burnley settled for a barren draw with Arsenal, while Tottenham Hotspur in a clash of the Titans defeated Manchester City 2-0. The Nigeria Under-19 cricket team has returned to the country after featuring in the country's maiden Cricket World Cup appearance in South Africa. The team touched down in Lagos on Sunday. President of the Nigeria Cricket Federation, Professor Yahaya Okwenya, said the team has lived up to the federation's plan. Going to the World Cup, the team led by Sylvester Okpe rose from African Division 2 to pick the sole World Cup ticket in the African Division 1 for the country's maiden Cricket World appearance. At the World Cup, against the best cricketing nations, Nigeria fell to the more experienced teams including Australia, West Indies, England, United Arab Emirates and Sri Lanka prior to their singular win against Japan. The federation will be hosting the team at the Tafawa Balewa Square Cricket Oval in Lagos, where stakeholders and the media will be meeting with the players and officials. Jonah Oje, MCL News.
Meanwhile, all the players except Elizabeth Balogun from Louisville University, USA are already in the Tigers camp in Serbia ahead of the Tokyo Olympic qualifying tournament, which begins on Thursday in Belgrade. The players already in camp are Efunanya Ibekwe, Vetus Irene Italy, Promise Amokamara, Chaney Basket Bogogin SUG France, Sarah Immobile, Basket Namo Capital Belgium, Elo Edefroka, CB Vigo Spain, Sarah Ogoke Ejiogu, Paros Kunai Apana, Mechanical Mover Italy. Others include Ezimekalo, Landanil Bertag Basket France, Yves Nakato, Flames Carolo France, Aisha Balarabi, Gabi Bashkini Kosovo, Adora Elono, Uni Girona Spain, and Musa Mujanatu El Warriors Nigeria. Balogun, who is joining the team for the first time, is expected to arrive in Serbia tomorrow to link with her teammates who are currently undergoing intensive training ahead of their tight fixtures against Mozambique, host Serbia, and world champions United States of America. Camp sources inside the team is training twice daily under the guidance of Coach Otis Hogley, with emphasis on building the players' stamina, while the coach is ensuring debutants duo of Balogun and Musa understand how the team plays. Nigeria will start its campaign on Thursday against fellow African side Mozambique, plays Serbia on 8 February, with the final game against Olympic and reigning world champions USA on 9 February. With USA already guaranteed a place at the Olympic Games, the Tigers needs at least a win to ensure qualification for the women's basketball event of Tokyo 2020. And to end the news, a look at our major stories. Vice presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the last general election, Peter Obi, has reviewed ways to tackle insecurity in the country. As controversies rage over the Supreme Court's ruling on the 2019 Imo governorship election, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has sidestepped urge to clear the air on the issue. The people of the 3 autonomous communities in Ebde-Elbara, Nsukka local government area of Enugu State, have commended Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi for the ongoing construction of the State Secretariat Annex and other development projects such as numerous housing estates on their land. All the players except Elizabeth Balogun from Louisville University, USA, are already in the Tigers camp in Serbia ahead of the Tokyo Olympic qualifying tournament, which begins on Thursday in Belgrade. That was the news. Thanks for watching. Please do join us again by 8 a.m. for Good Morning Abia. I am Izini Wafo. To have a nice day.